Hey everyone, hello. Happy National Design DIY Day. And I'm Amy here at Magnolias in downtown Norfolk, Nebraska. Kayla's joining me behind the camera.
Hello everybody.
And we have a fun day for you. You're going to get a bonus live design day. It's DIY Day, and we thought what better way to celebrate National DIY Day than to DIY some stuff. So we're going to design some flower arrangements, which are easy florals for anyone to try. We're going to make it easy. I've got two easy ones, one slightly trickier, and it'll be a lot of fun to get some design tips while we're hanging out today. If you are jumping on, say hello. Don't be a silent watcher. It's always great to know who is on board today. So if you got your emails, you were seeing some new things promoted in the email and the text message, new containers today. I wanted to start out by showing you new containers. We also did a lineup of soothing, fresh linen, white and green designs. White and sage is so hot and trendy, and Kayla said we should do something less colorful since we've been doing all this crazy color. So our display today is less colorful as an ode to Kayla's desire to have less color today. A lot of beautiful things behind me. Hello, thanks for jumping on. Marilyn's jumping on. Hello, Brenda. Hey, Sharon, how are you today? Judy's hanging out. Norma's hanging out. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, Donna. I'm so glad we've got all these people.
For the DIY.
Hello. Well, good. You know, it's something we do as a full day, occasionally, DIY day. I do not have a summer DIY on the schedule, but expect that soon. We want to do some bright, fun summer arrangements and spend a whole day doing them. So that'll be coming up. But for the meantime, I've got an hour for you today. That'll be great. Hey.
And everybody took good advantage of the penny sale.
Yes. By the time we got done with the live last night, I think everyone understood the drill or understood the mission. The mission was how to get that deal yesterday and utilize the sale effectively. So I think you guys got it done. It looked like you did. We've got some new containers in. I wanted to show you new containers, new mosses. Maybe Kayla will help me line up the containers here as we go, but what we just rounded up from Atlanta Market finally arriving, we had to wait for all of them to come in, was some new containers for your designing. If you're a DIY person, you have already found these containers. We've sold a bunch, and we have never shown them. Maybe there's a way to drop a single link. I'm not sure.
I can drop the link to all containers.
Okay. And then if you order them by the newest ones, these that I'm showing you will be at the top of the list because they just came in. Looks like a lot of people have rainy weather today. We have cold, rainy weather today. Yes, I was traipsing through the mud at job sites measuring window coverings today, so I'm wearing my Captivating Windows jacket. It was very muddy at job sites. So these metal ones are kind of fun. They are easy to ship, lightweight metal containers, great for centerpiece bowls, succulent designs, and the like. There's a brown one here. There's a green one, and I see we have a couple other items. Let me just pull this cart a little closer so I can pick off of it. We have a little guy.
I dropped the whole link, but I can go with you when you show them and tell the price.
Okay, got it. So we're on these green ones first. This is a green and copper, kind of pulling a little bit of blue, so fired metal, greenish, bluish, coppery, and gold.
That is called the Patina Tin Compote Pot.
There we go.
The smallest $12.50, the largest $18.50.
They're lightweight, like I said. There's no holes in the bottom of any of these containers. I think they're all going to be solid on the bottom, but they're beautiful designs, and that's an interesting color. Then the brown one here, which is the perfect for a large centerpiece size. What do you have on that?
Tin Compote Pot for $13.50.
Okay, got it. That's a great price. A lot of these are good price points, so we're trying to find a vendor that we could get some low prices from. This is one of the taller ones. And I think that's why all these tags are just falling off. This is a sagey gray wash color with nice texture.
That one is $26.50.
And this one is kind of like a 4.5-inch opening, and it's pretty tall. It's 11 inches tall.
It's called the Tall Braided Stoneware Planter.
Definitely stoneware. How about this mushroom one? Isn't this cool?
That's a fan favorite here.
It has a reactive glaze. That's what that little textured pitted style is. It's a reactive glaze. That is a very hot element in pottery right now. You're going to see that all over the garden centers. Oh, you have no mic on? Maybe you're muted. So It looks like
Am I on now?
Is on now.
Okay.
Should be able to hear Kayla now. That means you weren't hearing any of these prices if she was without. Yep, she's unmuted now.
Okay.
Back to the mushroom container.
Yes, the mushroom container is the stoneware mushroom pot for $36.50.
Okay, it's a little guy, but all it needs is simple succulents. It's about 8 inches tall. The opening's only 2 inches across. And it has a beautiful reactive glaze. Then I think if you're recapping, we had like $13 on this little guy. Or was it 8 and 13? These were about
$12.50 and $18.50
Okay.
for the greenish ones, and then the brown is $13.50.
There we go, catching you up. And then this was $30-some.
That one was $26.
Never mind. $26. Now you can hear Kayla. And then these little guys here are both pottery. This one's glazed ceramic. This one is like the distressed matte finish.
And that first one you showed is the tall mini layers tan stoneware planter for $14.50. Okay. And the other one is...
Yeah, there's a short one. I can see it right here. You're not finding the square one?
What did it look like?
That one?
That one is whitewash cement net pot for $9.50.
$9.50. Good prices, guys. That one's heavier. This one is metal and resin, I'm going to say. It's kind of got an abstract edge. You can
That
see.
is the antiqued white. That's not cement. It says cement.
No, it's not cement. I would change that.
For
It's
$43.50.
metal and resin. Metal and resin. For $43.50. Okay. Here is the short version. And incidentally, all 3 of these are the same color family if you're doing coordinates. Very
The
pretty.
short one is $16.50. And is that the only one you showed?
Yep, I'm
Okay.
not going fast enough grabbing them. I'll grab a couple more and then we might circle.
Am I faster than you today?
Then we might circle back, yeah.
If that one is the small, it's $8.50. Small new effect groved stoneware pot.
So there must be a larger one.
And then the large is $13.50.
Somewhere over there. And then this is the same finish as this one in
And
2
that
sizes.
is the short braided stoneware planter for $14.50.
So if you're just jumping on, welcome, welcome. We have National DIY Day, and if you're a DIYer, you're going to love seeing these new containers at great price points. They have just arrived. Many of you have already found them in the online store. Can you help me pull these off the counter?
Yes.
We are talking today about DIYing it. A lot of you guys are making beautiful designs and putting them on our VIP page, which we love having the VIP page where all of you share your designs and the cool things you're doing in your houses with your displays. Saw some pretty looks this morning online briefly when I was looking through. We also sell the best foam in the world for your design needs. Here is a full brick of foam. A foam brick is $5.50. This is a high-end brand of foam that for some reason I have never seen it in a big box store. So this one is exactly the type I've been using for the last 30 years, guys. I've used nothing else, just this one. And if you want to try it, just pick up a brick and see what you think. We also have restocked the sheet moss, which is your green sphagnum moss. This is longer lasting, it retains moisture, soft and pliable, easy to use because it is treated and it has a bright color to it. It's also soft, not crumbly, dry, and pale. So it's a high quality moss from the Super Moss brand. They also make our sphagnum moss in both green and in the natural color.
And the first bag that you showed is $9.50.
$9.50. There's quite a bit in here. There's several sheets, or the sheets are folded. It's pretty thick. And then these 2 mosses, I don't know if they're the same price or not. Your choice. Sometimes this is just a nice color for summer designing versus the dried color.
The gray is, or the natural is $8.50, and I'm looking for the green.
$8.50. Okay. And then we'll show this other one here too.
Yep, they're both $8.50.
$8.50. If I have time today, I'm going to open this bag. This is brand new. It's called Fairy Moss Mix. And if you can see through the bag, there is deer moss in here, wood chips, little cedar chips, lichen branches with lichen moss on it, green sphagnum moss, lime green, chartreuse green, reindeer moss. So there's a nice blend in here, forest moss, reindeer moss, Spanish moss, sheep moss, and the wood chips. It's a blend, and they call it the fairy garden, which is exactly...
And that is $19.50.
exactly what it's good for. It's a pretty thick bag there. Cool. Fun stuff today. New items to show you for Live Design Day, and beautiful staged look behind me. We're going to cover these items today. One thing that did come in new from the Moss Company, Kayla can drop the link. We carry this Moss purse. Super Moss makes this Moss purse. Here is a designed one. And I'm not going to design in one today. I think I'll pick another day and make like some Mother's Day
We only have 2
looks.
left.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, before we do the Mother's Day live design in a purse, isn't this a fun Mother's Day gift? I better be ordering more Moss purses. That's hilarious. Okay, well, there's 2 Moss purses left. This design, ready to go, is the Purse Full of Blessings. It was $127, so it's going to be $24 off.
102.
Thank you, Kayla. That is super cute. Very different item. I guess it's a wire structure, and then they've bound the moss to it with strings. So that one is a one-of-a-kinder. We only have one of those. I don't think there's 2. Pretty sure. Unless there's one at the store.
There's 2 here and 1 at the store.
Oh, okay. So we do have that one. Got it. Now, with our design today, where should I start? Let's start at the harder thing. And no, let's start at the easy thing and work our way to the harder thing. I got to decide how we got to get warmed up here, guys. Let's get warmed up. So with our easy thing, oops, I want to construct a fun little, I just stuck that in the glue pan, a fun little topper for a lantern, and then we're going to dress up the lantern with some cute things inside. This is going to be 3 pieces I'm going to design today. You'll help me name them, and just like every other Live Design Day where I design on Mondays, these items will be available to purchase by special request as custom order items, and that means you'll just have to request them in an email or on Facebook. We're going to use 4 components today and wire it together. We're going to use our lavender fern spray, and Kayla will link you up with all of the individual items.
That is the springtime lavender fern spray for $10.
And I did show this last night when we were doing that walkthrough. I hope you liked the walkthrough of the stems. There was a lot to see. We didn't get to 1 rack, but we did pretty well. And then we're using our butterfly spray, which comes on a nice little bendy vine.
And that one's on sale for $4.79.
Oh, good. I didn't know they were $5. Okay, and this is a ruscus spray. Ruscus leaf spray in green. It's a 43-inch stem. I just cut off a big chunk of it because I dropped it in the glue.
That would be, is that the jumbo?
No, I don't think so.
For $9.50? No?
Let me cut this in half. You need to know if it's the jumbo. I don't think it's a jumbo. It just says 43-inch ruscus leaf spray. So hopefully, unless you want the tag, we're going to go like this with it. So that's why I took the top off, split it in half, and that will give me part of my topper. Do you want this tag to verify?
Yeah, but I think that is it.
Could be. And then we're going to use this interesting thing. Isn't this cool? This
Yep, it's the jumbo.
Okay. Well, it's not very jumbo-ish. It's kind of average size. The lilac hanging spray in white. So this has little yellow flowers in it. I don't know why it's called a lilac spray. It's always going to make me wonder why this is a lilac spray. But it sure is a beautiful piece to work with. And we're going to make this set of items become the topper on my lantern today. Also, I forgot to mention, we sell the wire. Here is a bundle. Kayla provided it before I forget. Here is, there you go. 5 little wires, 22 gauge, coming in a bunch. And if you need that, it's the floral wire that is probably something you can buy at the box stores. The wire we buy is the same wire everybody carries. The foam we get is definitely unique and different. In fact, we're going to need one of those wires in green, so let me get
That
that wrapped.
lilac spray was, or not spray, yeah, is on sale for $12.
It's a big piece, and it's quite long. You could hang it off of a wreath, like let it drape into a wreath. That looks great. I'm going to tape up a couple of green wires with our floral tape, and we're going to design this topper to go on the lantern that is down on the floor over there. Right, I don't know if I can lift it up without moving everything. Here we go. We're going to make a topper for this really large lantern and fill it with some cute things. So I'm just giving you an eyeball here on what we're going to add this to. It's a pretty good sized lantern. This one comes in two sizes. We have the 12 by 20 inch lantern and the top lifts. So let's decorate that with this topper and then fill the insides with cute things.
The small lantern is $49.50 and the large is $64.50.
So we're using the $64 size. This vine has a really long trailer here, and because it's so long and my lantern is short and wide, we're going to take the long piece and kind of flip it into a circle here. And by flipping it into a circle, we're going to also be distributing the color to the other side so that all the draping isn't just going one direction. We're going to have some draping pushed the other direction. So I'm kind of rearranging it by flipping it around, making a little loop, a loop-de-doop. There we go. So if you're jumping on wondering what we're doing, it is National DIY Day. We're going to DIY it for you today. It's like a surprise bonus live design day. And these items will be for sale if anybody has fun suggestions on how to name them. Now that I say it, it looks that it's easy. This is giving me grief. Basically, I just want to have these little design pieces go that direction. So there's more draping that way. So I have to flip the trailers to accommodate my plan. There we go. That should work. Just make some bumps across the top is what happens here. That way we have what becomes kind of a balanced effect. And then if you notice, I spiraled up the long stem. You could cut it off. I'm just going to leave it for now spiraled.
It looks like it's a heart.
Oh, okay. It kind of does. Then we're going to take this piece. This is a little easier. And we're going to fan part of it backwards like that. And layer that. Not too crazy hard. That part's easy. Once we get it stacked, we'll put some wire on it and we can spiral this little end up too. We're going to add our butterfly to the top. So your butterfly has a long stem, but you know it's all bendy vine kind of stuff. I don't really want to cut it off because it looks good. So I'm just going to swirl the butterflies around also. Make a little loop out of the butterfly lineup. Look at that. Here is the butterfly looped around right here, making a circle. Just enough to shorten things so that they end up full in the middle, trailing on the edges. And then our cut pieces will stack underneath the whole works, left and right. Now the real trick is getting a wire on this before you drop it. I put tape on wires because it makes it tacky. I like tacky tape, grabs nicely. And this way also, if we leave our wires, you could then use the wire to attach it to the top of your lantern, or your lantern topper can be hooked on with these little loops that you've created, depending on the style of the lantern you're decorating. This one happens to have the finial, so if we make a little holder that's a circle, it'll hook over the finial. Okay. And that's all the components I'm putting in here.
Jennifer said, made with love.
There you go. Hey, DIYs always are, aren't they? If you're a creator and you love to make beautiful things, we are always here to support you with that, with all the cool containers, the best stems in the industry. And by the way, all of our spring stems are 20% off. The sale continues until our supplies are depleted. When things are gone, they're gone this year.
Vicki said, this design doesn't seem easy to me. You're so good.
Probably the hardest part is getting this to shape the way you want it, because I was flipping it around quite a bit, probably confusing you. But We will make them for you with a little extra labor, and then you don't have to worry about it. That's the option. I'm going to make a hanger on the back with my wires, and then it will hook over the design of the lantern. Most lanterns seem to have some kind of topper on them. They usually have a little hook or a hanger or a finial top, and some kind of structure that's loop-like can hook over the top. I also am going to take the stem from the purple thing, which is right here. It's paper wrapped. You can cut it off. If you do, just remember to put some glue or something on it, because the raw edge of a paper wrap stem will just unravel. If you curl it, you don't have to cut it off and make that mess. So we'll just leave it in there. So our lantern is going to have a little bit of Easter, a little bit of spring, and we'll put this up on top and shape it. Let's fill this cute lantern. There's so much space in here because this is 12 inches square on the inside. We're going to use our resin wicker mushrooms. We still should have both sizes available in decent quantities. They may be on sale. They're summery.
Yep, they are.
Okay.
The small is 15 on sale and the large is 20.
And then we're also going to use this cute little fern. This is a $24.99 forest fern, I suppose, something to that effect. And the pot happens to match the resin really well, even though they didn't come from the same place at all. Put that whole fern in there.
That is the Real Touch potted fern silk plant for $24.99.
And a Real Touch, this is a sedum ball. Is that what it's called? No, the plastic chick succulent. It's like a therapy ball. It's squishy and natural touch, just a good little space filler. And then we're going to put a small Easter egg in there. There's two sizes. This is the small size, I think, not the big size. Etched sage green egg, that will be a 20% off item also.
The succulent orb is $11.50.
Latch it up. Now, if you had colored things, and I didn't go looking hard because I was running out of time, colored things would be cute too, like lavender eggs, lavender flowers inside there. Heck, I should have grabbed the violet, the little lavender, no, violet, the violet bush. Do we have a violet bush in that basket?
And that small egg is the last one.
Oh no! Well, the big egg would also fit in there.
Yes.
So now that I've hooked the hanger that I made over the top of the finial, there's just a piece of wire here.
What were you asking me?
Like a violet plant. It's a little short purple plant with lots of leaves.
No.
It's got dark purple blooms, and it looks like a real plant. I don't know
I don't think so.
if I've seen it in here, but it would be a good one. That would pick up the purple and the butterflies. So if you shape it a little bit, get it to drape the way you want it. It's just kind of draping itself, actually.
Kathy said if you put chicken wire on the inside of the lantern, then I could put chicks in it.
You could. Those little chickies, I bet they're getting big.
They are
so
getting
fast.
big.
Baby chicks grow
They
very
eat
fast.
so much.
Oh,
Oh
do
my
they?
gosh, I have to feed them like 400 times a day.
So you just have to keep food in front of them all the time?
Yeah.
Did anybody come up with a name for this? Because I haven't done, and we could ask you to name it and then create it as a custom order item, and we'll have to make sure we let Connie know that if you're interested, you're going to be expressing your interest for the such and such. You can email us at sales@magnoliasonline.com, or you can send a Facebook message with this item by name, or you can even screenshot a picture of it. I'm just arranging the butterflies, arranging the drapey things. How fun is that? That will
That's
get you
cute.
all the way through summer. No problems at all.
Sharon said monarchs in flight.
Oh, I love it. Thanks, Sharon. Monarchs in Flight swag is what we're going to call it. I'll write that down. It is $67.50. Also, that is a 20% off item. $12 off makes that $52. No, 40. $67.50. Take 20% off times 0.80. Check
I
that out.
asked you if I should bring my calculator.
$12 off. There we go. Oh, you had another good one too. Kimmy said olive flutter. That's also good.
Yes.
Light delight.
$67.50 with 20% off.
Okay.
It's $13.50 off of that.
It's a cute little piece. Easy to top anything with, and this lantern is
Was it
pretty good size.
$67.50?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could get, actually I have a calculator on me too. You got it? I love it. Let's show a couple more things behind me before I make another item.
$54.
Okay, got it. $54 for that little topper, guys. It's going to be about, well, now it's curving. It's probably about 30 inches long, and maybe it's about 6 inches tall. 30 by 6 by 6, something like that. I'll just write that down as the size. We're calling it Monarchs in Flight, although Kayla will write down some of those other names you're coming up with because those are good names.
I know. I should just get on
You can name something else.
the computer sometimes and say, okay, I need some names.
That's what you should do. So then our designs behind me, I'm going to show a couple quick before I make my next item. This is called the Monarchs in Flight. Karen, how are you? And we just made that swag as a topper for a lantern. You could use it over a mirror or something also. And then today is National DIY Day, so we're DIYing it for fun today. These pieces are already done if you are not a DIYer. This is a porch pot, outdoor safe, 100%. It's called Raining Cats and Dogs. Now this is the one I think I mentioned when we made it, that you could add any color of bow to it to add your color, or you could do neutral. Like we do carry quite a bit of bows for the DIY people who don't like tying bows. Like this particular bow is the Forest Floor bow, regular price $13.50. So if you add the color to your planter, you could buy this neutral item and then get like a stem of coral quince blossoms and stick a couple of those in there and put this coral bow on top. This little bow needs some shaping, is called the Peach Daisies bow, regular price $13. That one's a stacked style with daisies and coral. So that would be a fun way to dress it up. You also could do a patriotic look with this one. I don't have the patriotic bows done yet. I really need to get them going. That's on my list. It's on my list. This is super cute in it. The Lucky Bird bow was $14.50. You can see how it lends itself to adding color if you want to just pop it in and then pull it out later. It's easy to embellish that one. So it's a simple planter design. Oh boy, you could even put orange in it, which would look amazing. Buy like some orange tulips for spring. Pop the tulips in and put this orange monarch butterfly bow on it. This is the monarch bow, regularly $14. All these need a little shaping, so when you get them at home, make sure you shape them up, or I'll come looking for you if you don't.
What was that pink bow or that peach bow you showed?
The peach
I
bow.
missed that one.
The peach bow is the Peach Daisies bow.
Okay.
Peach Daisies. They're all around $13, $14, and then they are 20% off. The monarch bow looks great with the orange tulips, and then when you're tired of tulips, pull them out and put some red things in and put your patriotic bow on it. That way your porch pot does double duty as the seasons move through. So that's a cute one. Another super versatile piece. This could be the very last one. We sold so many of these, but the willow base is gone. $85.50 for the willow swag. Something like this is a very large swag. If you have a big lantern, this one could be a lantern accent. It's also bendable, so the back is a wire, so you could curve it, straighten it, arch it, put it in a tray, hang it, pull these little pieces out and move them around because it's all on bendy vine.
That one is a regular price, correct?
This is probably a regular price
Yeah.
because a lot of this white that you pulled may not be coming up on sale. We sell white all year round, white and ivory, so that's a pretty good sized draping design. You could add a bow to that one too. We also have a gorgeous wreath back here. A lot of these could benefit from any color addition. Here's the monarch bow, again, if you wanted to use that color. This is the Serenity Springs wreath. You could add that bow and then work a butterfly in and call that done. The Serenity Springs wreath is a basic everyday item. You could use this in a bedroom, guest bedroom would be pretty. master bedroom is $129.50. And these are the kind of things we try to keep in our inventory all year round because everyday items are definitely something people will buy for gifts, for weddings. When you just don't know what color people decorate in, that's what you need is neutral stuff. So let's make another design, right?
Do you want me to move this one?
Yeah, thank you. So we have these really fun lantern stands. Well, they're candle stands, but this is what I like to do with it at the store. The lantern fits this perfectly. I like it best on the large one, even though it fits the small one. You can see it's exactly the right size. They're both kind of rustic finishes. This stand pair, they're the Spartan candle holders, the Spartan holders. And they are not tagged with prices, but Kayla will tell you.
The set of 2 is $69.50.
Oh, they come as a set. That's right, I forgot. And then this little lantern here is our Hopewell lantern. Comes in white and black. We're using, of course, the white today. And for our design,
The white is $36.50. The black is $42.50.
okay, so we're going to have all these little accessories to play with as we design, but I'm going to take a new bowl. In fact, Kayla, can you hand me that stack of the bowls that match this? This is a fun collection, guys. You haven't even seen this yet because I've not shown you. If you found
This
it online,
bowl is extra heavy.
yeah, this is a Mongo bowl. Okay, check this out. Very exciting. If you like rustic, this is your lucky day. So we got in these red earth pottery pieces. This has almost like a mossy effect over it. This bowl is probably the 8-inch bowl. These pieces are super rustic. They could have real plants in, and this is a 10-inch bowl, 10 by 4. This piece is a little 6 by 5-inch pot. It's painted to look, and with a finish of some sort, looks mossy, but it is a applied finish. Pretty rustic, quite heavy. This is the design that I almost grabbed, but I'm going to use a flatter one here. This piece is a 8-inch. This is our 8-inch bowl. An 8 by 4. Are you finding any of
The
these?
first one is 9.5, right? Antiqued redstone big bowl with white rim for $19.50.
Okay, pretty heavy stuff.
Um,
This one with the crusty, extra mossy look.
that one is $12.50. Antique
Okay.
redstone ribbed pot.
Got it. And then we have the bowl.
There's
for
also a
6
big
inch.
one of that,
There's
too.
a big one. Okay, so we have that. That's right. We do have that in a large size in here somewhere. It will hold a standard plant pot 6-inch. Then we have this little guy, which is 7.5 inches across by 3.5.
That one, let's
Look at
see,
these
could be
things.
the antiqued white stone planter for $12.50.
And this one's $12.50.
Okay, that's the one that's $12.50.
Okay.
How about there's 8-inch antiqued white stone big bowl
That's probably this one.
for $14.50.
And then these two pieces.
That one with that's $12.50. That's the antiqued white stone planter. And that one would be the 5.5 antiqued white stone planter for $6.50.
So they are terracotta material. $6.50. Wow. This big bowl here, this is the doozy. I had to cut this off.
That
Everything
one
was tied.
is $39.50.
That one could be a garden planted with real plants. All these have holes in them. They are outdoor use, indoor, outdoor. So I have my lazy Susan. Yes, I do. So this is the one we're going to design in, the $12.50 design bowl. I'm going to give Kayla this big stack back. These are the new items from our rustic vendor. And if you love rustic stuff, that is the jam for you. Love it, love it. So what I thought I'd make today is a design to go on the top of this large piece. If you order these stands, they are going to come as a pair, $60-some. If you order the arrangement I'm making, it can hang off of this. We're going to make it drape, or it will just lay on the table. both ways, and then we'll set it all up once I complete it.
Rose is watching from the UK.
Hello.
She loves watching you make your
Welcome.
stunning creations.
I appreciate you guys watching. You're the best support team ever. I am always assured that I'm not alone. I got people all over the world saying hi, which is crazy to me that you even found us, Rose. How did you find us, Rose? That's what always amazes me, is the internet is a crazy place.
That amazes me too.
Right. Kayla and I are constantly wondering, how is this happening? However, we're grateful for the company. It's way better than talking to nobody. So my selection today is going to be red and bumblebees. This is going to be fun. I was wearing a hard hat today, can you tell? And this is my bumblebee ribbon that's going to go on the design when I get it done. Be Kind bow. We're going to use that with the lantern. We're going to use the little bees. Oh, these are probably more limited than the other bees, I wonder. Do we have a lot of these? The spring ribbon bee pick? Hopefully we're good on those. And it matches this pick here, the spring wildflower with ribbon.
The spring ribbon bee pick is $5 on sale, and we have quite a few.
Oh, good. And I didn't screw up and not buy enough. And then we're using this stem here. That is the wildflower with bees. It has 2 of the very same bees on it, along with all these yellow wildflowers that are papery. And then the stem is fabric and bendy vine kind of paper wrapped.
And that stem is $13.
Cute stem. Then we're using 1 geranium vine. These are $16.50, so they are a little spendier. I was going to use 2, but I'm going to use 1 on one side and balance it out with these less expensive poppies on the other side. These are only $6.50 regular price.
You said the Real Touch geranium?
Yes,
is that what?
this
Okay.
vine.
Those
I'm
are
using this
13.
vine. Oh, it's just 13? This one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you said vine.
It's kind of a viney
Oh.
thing. It is a viney thing, but... And then we'll use some of our greens at our discretion when we get going to see how that will look. Basically, we're going to just make it on the table and then put it up on the top of the stand and see how we did.
Rose said you just popped up on Facebook and followed you ever since.
That is what everyone says, Rose. It's so crazy. Like, how did that show you our lives way over here? Although I probably follow, like, pointlessly, this is what I follow in the UK, women who show clothes, fashion in the UK that I can't buy. It's like they have such better style. And I love to look at how they're styling, and then I can click through, and, you know, maybe if it's Zara, I can buy it, because you can get Zara in the States. Not very easily, but you can.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, whenever we go to Europe, we go to Zara. It's a UK-based, low-priced, massive clothing store. And it's super fun to go to Zara. You can be in there all day trying on clothes. It's really addictive. But we don't have anything anywhere close to here. I don't know where the closest Zara would be. Not in Omaha. Do you see how you can mess with these little poppies and you can curl them around your finger and get them to have a little more character? And it also helps to redirect them, to stagger the lengths by curling some of them. So here we kind of are getting an outline, just an abstract, garden-y gathered look. I should be able to cut this in half here and take 1 chunk so that it gets a little shorter. 2 chunks. We're going to waste a little bit of a cute stem, but oh well.
Wendy says they have one in Chicago.
I bet. We were in Miami to one. I just don't see them very often. I can't remember where else I was. Probably in Atlanta. I don't get to shop in Atlanta for real things, just work things. So we're going to blend in the bee stem because this is going to give us that weedy wild look. And notice I haven't put any foam, any moss to cover my foam yet. I will, but I didn't want to shove these big stems into the moss and then push the moss into the hole. Sometimes the moss gets in the way if you put it in too soon. Then we got our extra little bee that needs to go floating in there too. Again, if this is something you would like, which it needs a title and it will be a custom item by request. If you would like one, you'll have to ask for it by name, and then Connie will invoice you. Super easy. Now that we've got our outline, let's grab some moss. We're going to use our green sheet moss today, which comes out looking kind of like this out of the package. This has a little extra gray, not part of the plan. And we're going to lay a couple chunks in there. Notice I didn't use a full thing of foam. You really don't have to always fill your container super full with foam. I just needed something to insert stems into. And you can glue your moss down if you want. You can lay it on there, and what I'm going to do is just to let the rest of my stems poke through it and secure it that way. That will work easily. Now I think we need a couple pieces of fern. We just need a little bit of variety. So I'm going to take a couple of different types of things and cut some pieces, which will give me a weedier look if I have a variety. So we have a clematis leaf bush here, which is a UV protected item. We use it a lot in our hanging baskets.
That's $10.50.
And we have this fern. I always get confused about which ferns are which. This is the fern that was just $8.99. And then we'll use a couple pieces of the, what is this
That
ivy called?
is the
I don't know what this one's called. It's
Real
kinda-
Touch Boston Fern Bush for $8.99.
Oh, this one? Okay. And then the dusty ivy, which you can see is definitely a different color. Dusty ivy. Whatever that's called, I don't know. But it's got these variety of length pieces, so I can grab a couple of the longer trailers.
That is the Frosted
Thanks.
Garden
That's what it
Ivy
is.
for $19.50.
And if we have some holes, we can use a couple of the shorty shorts to fill the holes in. So that's what we're going to do today. We have 15 minutes and I have a whole nother design, so I better hustle.
Rose would like to see how you would do a porch pot with dirt.
Oh, was just thinking about that, Rose. We have, I think at my house, I just need to make my husband drag in some pots with dirt to the store so that I can use them. We don't have
around.
any, but that's usually the best thing to do. And then we've had a hard time using our outside Wi-Fi and keeping a connection, but it works so much better if I have a pot of dirt to be outside on my garden bench behind the store and design, because you want to, keep that dirty mess out there, but it also is more realistic. These are outdoor things. So we just add a little bit of ivy.
Pat's called it Buzzing Around Centerpiece.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. Let's do that. Buzzing around it is. Okay. This stuff kind of comes off in clumps. So here's a 3-part clematis clump when I cut it off the bush. We'll just put one on each side. That'll be easy. And we're sort of just radiating from the center, and we'll shape it once we put it on the stand. If this is a centerpiece, it will be fine sitting on a table. It doesn't need to drape down. It'll just sprawl on your table. So it'll be useful either way. Oh, this one doesn't have a trailer. I wanted one that trails, so I didn't realize that. With the bush, apparently, some of them are short and some of them are long. I grabbed a short one. I want a long one, so we're going to put 2 long ones off of this bush, and that's all we'll need. If you want to take advantage of DIY Day and grab some supplies today, we were just showing the new containers. If you jumped on late, the new containers, I didn't get through all of them. Maybe Kayla wants to grab a couple more and get them lined up on the corner here, and I'll show them.
Yes, and Jean said she would like to see you make something with blue hydrangeas.
Ooh, good idea. I was thinking last night, and now I'm just remembering that somebody wants to see floor vases. Can you make me a note, a post-it note, about floor vases and blue hydrangeas and real dirt porch pots? I'll ask my staff. Maybe somebody else has a porch pot.
I'll write that on my chicken scratch.
There, put it on your chicken scratch post-it. That's what we need, is somebody to remind me about these things. Basically, every day it's just a running around sort of business. I'll be glad when Kate's back.
And tall vases.
Oh, and take a picture while we're working, because I need to make a post.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, of just a bunch of workshops. So this one works too. There we go. So we've got some ferns here. Look at how gardeny it's looking and crazy. That's what we're going for. Crazy looking. And then the fern and everything, you know, it doesn't matter if you are not covering the moss and the foam, because it's just part of the design. To see into it allows it to have more dimension. And it gives it a lot more weediness when you have this much dimension and we don't feel it super solid. So really, I feel like I could just put one more little tip of fern in here, and that would make 3 fern tips off of the bush that had 5. And then Kelsey will help me make more, and we'll use the rest of these parts and pieces up.
Did you still want this?
I can show it,
Okay.
because it came in recently. This is what we're going to do. So now we can stage our look. Make a mess and try this up on top. Let's see which looks like the front.
Oh.
This looks like the front. We got glue hanging off of it. It's a mess, but let's just take the pieces. Now you saw how it looked on the table. It looks great laying on the table. Now we're going to bend and drop some of these long pieces down. So if you're going to do this at home, you can stand it on some other type of chunky candle holder that you might have at home. But the bottom of this planter, the little planter that I used, is 5.5 inches, and the top rim is 7.5 inches, if that helps you out. We could also make it in the smaller container, now that I think about it, if you need the smaller container for your purpose of wherever it goes.
And Kate flies back Saturday, right? But then she doesn't come back here till
Monday.
Yeah.
Well, she's on
I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday. She's on the exact opposite time zone. I don't even know how she's going to recover. When we are just getting up, she's going to bed. So I love it, guys. That is so fun. We can then take our theme here, put our bee bow and our little lantern, our little, what am I trying to call this? Hopewell lantern. Double nest. Cram it in there. That is tight. It fits at an angle, but it's just cute because it's the double nest. Put a bow on it. Hopefully you can see all this stuff together. Maybe we want the bow and everything underneath, because we also have this fun thing, which is really different. This is a dome, and it's dusty colored. Here's the back. That'll keep the bottom filled without being busy. You could add another bead down below there. So maybe these need to be separated into 2 locations. Just some fun items.
Everybody loves that on top of the lantern.
Oh, it looks cute, doesn't it? Now here's a fun little thing too. This is a bee planter. I'm going to hold it up. We have 2 sizes. The little one has bees. The big one has stripes. It comes with the tray right there. Now I think that this will fit here. And then we're putting a short fern in it. And look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, so cute.
And those planters are, the small is $11.60 and the large is only available at the store, but it's $15.
And the large is pictured online. She'll drop you the link, but it does just have stripes, not bees. It matches, but it's different pattern. Okay, what do you think, guys? Cuteness all around. We have, you know, you can switch things around, rearrange however you like, but we have a pretty good combination of things that is fun and whimsical.
Kim asked if it's UV protected.
Which item?
I'm not.
Because I'm going to say no on most of those items. That could go on there. Or if you meant this, I'm going to say no, but it would probably be okay outside. So all of these little reconfigurations, however you want to set your design up, there's more than one way to do it. And there's all kinds of different things you can do with this cute display. I think this would be fun. The bee theme is not something we've been doing every year, just kind of recently. Look at how we can try that. So away you go with your creative selves. It's DIY day after all, and I'm sure you guys can come up with different ways to arrange this whole setup, but hopefully I gave you some intriguing ideas. We'll get this photographed, and if you would like this piece up above, this piece, oh, I got to give you the price here. We're going to be at $115 regular price for the design, $115.50, and then that will be on sale. So this piece, what did we decide we're calling it? Buzzing around?
Buzzing around?
Buzzing around centerpiece. Buzzing around centerpiece. And if you love it, grab one by letting us know. It is going to be measuring at, I have to get this out of the way. Measuring out at 28 inches long, 28 by 15 by 15-ish. All of those numbers are approximate. 28 by 15 by 15, buzzing around centerpiece. Super cute and fun for building displays. All of these items are giving you thoughts on how to pursue a look, but you can spin it your own way. Spin it your own way because you guys are creative. Okay, one last design here and a couple containers. I got 5 minutes. I always run to the wire, right? Live on the edge.
Well, we started a few minutes late.
Did we? Okay.
It was like 2 minutes.
2 minutes late? Okay, more coffee. So if we started late, then I feel a little better. I wasn't watching. So this is an unusual stick. Who has this stick? Did anybody buy this yet? It's a mossy branch, but it's called like the Traverse branch. And it's a pretty good size paper wrap, bendy wire situation.
$21.50.
It's pretty crazy. Okay, this is a good base for something. Then we're going to layer it with this vine here. This is the fairy blossom garland, and it is more of a vine than a garland. Let me show you why. Because it's not consistent. It has one end, and then it has these pieces that flare out away from it and trail. So it's a trailing vine. Really cute though.
And that is on sale for $15.
Okay, so these pieces are all going to be on this twig. We're going to build it on the twig. We're going to use one of our tulip bundles. These are on sale for $15.50, the pink color. You could use orange, yellow, white, or red, all in the same bundle style. They're natural touch tulips. You can see how floppy they are, so pretty. And it's tulip time in Amsterdam, where we were last year. Coming right up right about now. Such a fun trip. And the tulips at my house are still growing. The tulips aren't up, but my crocus, oh, I got to post a picture. My crocus and everything is up. The little guys. Did you catch the title
That's
of
the
this?
Aria something.
This one is? Okay, I don't know what this
I
is
just know
called.
it has a candle ring that matches.
I'm shaping it to pull some of it backwards so that we can spread that color both directions. That works for me, like that.
Aria Blossom Lace Pick for $7.
Okay, we're going to direct this whole thing this way. $7. And we're going to make this a hoop. Oh, we're also using a nest, by the way. So we're going to make this little loop-de-loop on this one. I'm into loop-de-loops today. Gosh, got to keep up, I guess. Sorry, I'm going to loop it again, just like we did for the first design. Hopefully this one won't be as tricky. You kind of just put a loop in the middle. Hopefully that helps. And the loop is just shortening it up so that when I stack these pieces, they're coming up to be similar in size. And the little circle also just kind of gives you something to pop up and add dimensions. So that's kind of why I do it, because it raises from the center and gives you more of a centerpiece shape. So that is what we're going to layer. Now, once I get all this together, I just have to put a couple wires on it. We're going to haphazardly angle our tulips across. Now, I'm just sort of tucking them in. You could lay them on top, but I can also lift them and use the twigs to help separate them. And I can do that after the fact too, because these bendy pieces, once you loop them around your tulip sections, you'll be able to control where the tulips go. But your tulips are just going to go one direction, and then this piece is going to go both directions. So I'm going to lay this over here. See how it fills the center in because it's all short. So now we have kind of a cluster of flowers here. The tulips are trailing in the natural direction that the branch kind of went. And the purple stuff, we can pull it around as soon as we get a wire on it. I'm going to grab one wire now, and then we're going to use the nest to secure it also. This is a fast one. Hopefully it's pretty easy. The secret is the twig and the fairy blossom garland, because that is what's going to give you this crazy wild look that everybody always loves. The wingier and wilder the better for you guys, I think.
Jennifer said everything in bloom, tulips not yet.
Tulips not yet? Okay. So at my house I seem to have some crocus, some little bitty hyacinth muscari. I don't think the big hyacinths are up yet. Just little tiny baby things. There's some miniature looking daffodil items that are probably a crocus that looks like a daffodil maybe. I got to go back to my notes and where I wrote down the titles of all these things, but they're just so delicate and tiny, just beautiful, peeking out of the leaves and everything that I haven't cleaned off yet. They're making an effort. So we're going to take a wire and secure the empty nest. So if you use this empty nest, you could put a bird on it, or we have lots of different kinds of eggs. This is only $5 or $6.
I think it's $4.
$4. We're going to just stab a untaped wire through the center so that I can wire it inside my hoop. Kind of gives you a focal point, like that. We're going to set it in a circle and wire it down. And this piece is just meant to be a table piece. If you were to try to hang it on the wall, you would have an orientation problem with the nest, but you could plan for that and just situate the nest accordingly so that it would hang correctly. So fun. Easy breezy.
Kim said spring is in the air, but I think we might have one of those. Let me check.
Oh, the title of spring?
Yeah.
Probably. That sounds like something we would have probably already used. That's a very classic name. So with the rest of the items behind me, I'm not getting all of these things walked through. The garland is a gorgeous white rose garland. It is a one-of-a-kinder. We could say last call item on that one, no more. All these branches are in my way. All I want to do is wire this nest down. Just need to get in there. There we go. Kelsey's going to have to help me copy these, but they're not hard. They're just a little crazy. There we go. Now we can take our bendy vine and shape a little bit so the vine structure of the branch will allow me to sort of lift and shape my tulips to stand up, literally just using the stuff in the design to hold my tulips where I want them to be. Just bend something around it to hold the head where you want it to go. Everything's wired, everything's shapeable, you're not going to break anything. So it's just a cute piece that's open to your own interpretation.
Wild Beauty.
That works too. Yeah, you could do that one.
And that garland behind you is called the Moon Goddess Garland for $198.
Ooh, nice.
And it is the very last one.
How long is it?
64.
So it's 5 feet long. It's built on a beautiful fern base, large white open roses, Queen Anne's lace, and a tiny little white accent flower in there. Very sweet design. And all of the other things, what else did we not show? Oh, the wreath behind me. That one is a very airy one that you could add any color of accent to. Okay, shaped it up the way I wanted. I would add some eggs. You might even want to put like a bunny. You could hide a little bunny in there when you display this on a tray or on your island. Get some cute little eggs in the nest. These are my favorite, the mixed box of robin eggs. There you go. That would be cute, dropped in there. And if this were on a fireplace mantle, that would work really well also. So this design, where's my note, is $98.50 regular price. You're going to get 20% off today. Let's tell you what that becomes.
Yes, Pauline, the rose garland is online. It is called, what did I say? The Moon Goddess.
Times 0.80. So the sale price is $78.80 on this one. Sale $78.80. So this one, did we decide what the name was? Did I miss something?
Yeah, we did. What did we say now? Oh, Wild Beauty?
Wild Beauty. That's what it was. Wild Beauty swag. Let me measure it. It's a table piece, more or less. And if you wanted to lay it on a tray, you'd probably want your tray to be at least 24 inches long. And the 24 inches is kind of the bulk of the piece. From here to here is about 24, and then this trails to be much longer, depending how you lay it out. If you make this at your house, it might end up being around 42 inches long. So we'll say it's 42 by maybe 9 inches by maybe 10 inches.
And somebody was asking what you could put instead of the nest.
Oh, okay. Let's see. What could you put instead of the nest? Well, maybe just a larger flower, or no nest at all. Just pull the little blooms into the middle and call that done.
Jennifer said maybe a succulent.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I like that idea best. A succulent sounds like a good. I'm looking underneath here to see what my little stash of stuff is. I got nothing except nests. I have nests everywhere. Maybe a mushroom. You could put a mushroom in there. So that is a fun one. I love this little design. I can just imagine that on a mantle. It would look so good. If you feel like you need any of these items behind me, here's a quick look. Here's a close-up of the garland. So you can see the quality. The piece is built on a heavy-duty wired base. If you wanted to shape this around a mirror, that would look amazing, and it would hold itself in place. We're also featuring one of our rechargeable lanterns. You plug it in, charge it up, outdoor safe, comes with that remote hanging here. This is the beautiful design that matches the stand. Oh, I bet this fits on that stand. Oh my gosh, now I gotta look. I gotta know if this fits. Oh, wow. It changes colors. I forgot that.
That one is called the French White Glowing Lantern for $64.
Wow, okay. Look at this. We could do this too. I think now we're going to sell out of these candle stands now that we've found 19 ways to use a candle stand. That's probably the end of it. If we run out online, the store has a couple also.
The white garland was, I think I said $198.
Cute. The white garland, $198. Okay. And again, this is just to recap, our little vine piece that we just made is sale price $78. We're calling it the Wild Beauty swag. We also made the cute topper or centerpiece item here with the bees. It's called Buzzin' Around. Your sale price is about $88 there. And then Kayla's got the lantern with the topper that we designed also. Gosh, there's so many choices today, everybody. This little topper with the butterflies, and it drapes across a lantern. It's kind of 30 inches long. You just lay it across something or lay it in a tray. Sale price was like $54 on that piece. We can make them, or hopefully these are simple enough too. We dropped all the links so that you guys can purchase the components and DIY.
Kathy asked if we can get the swag made without the nest.
Yes, if you want the swag without the nest, I can just simply leave out the $5 item and pull the flower stems into the middle, or I can replace it with a green succulent. You can decide whatever works. I can do either one. So
the name of the last one was...
This last item, thank you. I don't think I said, it's called Monarchs in Flight. Monarchs in Flight. It's going to just be a swag that could also be a table piece. And now it's stuck on here, but here you go. Could lay on a tray and trail across your tray also. That is the lineup today. It's like bonus DIY day because it's National DIY Day. So hopefully it was fun to have some of these design ideas. Maybe the wheels are turning. You guys can grab some of these fun components. Hey, all the spring stems remain 20% off. The greenery is the regular priced item, but stems and the butterflies, for instance, and the spring decor, like our eggs, all 20% off right now. The gals are packing away. We had lots of orders yesterday, so they'll still get your order out ASAP. Thanks to Kayla for helping once again. And I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do something new tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll see you then, everybody. Bye-bye.